Good morning, Los Angeles Rams fans. It is 7 a.m. on the dot. If you were on commuter traffic here in Los Angeles, buckle up because with the rain gone, it is going to be bumper to bumper. People are going to be driving like their old damn selves here in Los Angeles. Today, we got some brand news. We've got some offensive coordinator news information. We got some players retiring. We've got some fun before the combine on Monday. I am Tuna, one half of this morning show. My other half, my better half, my handsome half, my less funny half, though, Sheriff Joe Bags.
Yeah, I'm not funny at all. Actually, it's weird.
Good morning.
Super handsome though, so that is fair. So yeah, man, we got the friggin' combine coming up. I've it's kind of funny, man. I have very mixed emotions about the combine because I actually love the combine. I just hate how serious people take it and how like zoned in people are with their stupid pencils sticking out of right here and stuff like that. And they're a lot of these motions because the nerds come out.
You do the same thing. You wear glasses too. What are you talking about? We both do this.
Yeah, but I do it in a cool way. Yeah.
Hold on with the hair flick and
Yeah. So yeah, I love the combine. I really do. It's a good way to like learn the players and kind of see where people are slotting in and stuff like that. I love that the Rams don't go anymore. Like I love that because it helps my point of being like, yeah, we take this a little bit too serious. We get a little too into the numbers, into the weeds when it comes to this. And I think that the interviews are the most important thing. And an underrated aspect is that all the film is already out, Tuna. All the games have been played. There's no new information coming in. So there's that.
well, as somebody who does watch the combine and who was probably going to live stream while I watched the combine.
Cool.
Really all it is, it gives you a little bit more information. It helps for me from a consumer standpoint, just understanding whose draft stock is going to rise because it's inevitable. Guy who's like, I agree. Like it should just be purely based on film, but that's not the world we live in. They have to, there has to be some sort of drama in the offseason. The NFL is the greatest entertainment sport in the world right now because of that. They find a way to be relevant 365 days out of the year. I like it because it does help you when you're looking forward to the drafts, kind of some sort of expectations from as a couch GM of like, oh, this guy ran a 4.3 as opposed to a 4.45 on the field. Does it really matter? Not that much. You're
Not
fast. Yeah, you're fast. Do you pull away from guys on film? That's really what matters. But when it comes down to it, it just helps us understand, hey, okay, yeah, this guy probably is going to go in the second round as opposed to the fourth because there's going to be an owner that's like beating down the head coach's door of like, hey, I want that guy. I need that guy. And it happens every single year. And it's always fun to watch. But the Rams do not go. They rely on digital means. They rely on the interviews. And it's good and bad. I do have some questions about how they draft and how they team build, which we've talked about a little bit here and there. Maybe poke in. Maybe grab the guy who benches more than everyone else in the world. I don't know. Maybe sometimes that helps too.
Do you have complaints about our classes?
We'll save it for another show.
All right, because I don't. I think we've nailed them. We've had a bunch of really good classes recently, especially
been perfect
since we've stopped going to the combine. I think our draft classes have improved. So there's that part. But speaking of draft classes and bringing in newbies and all that good stuff, not a newbie, but a gentleman who interviewed 5 different times in the NFL for a head coaching job, didn't get any of those, but has been promoted to offensive coordinator. Nate Sheilhass, which I love this comment here. Whose house? Sheilhass. Solid, man. Solid action there. Absolutely love this. I'm kind of confused at Kubiak even more now in what his role's necessarily going to settle in at. But yeah, Sheilhass, man. How you feeling?
You mean Kubiak? Do you mean I can't think of his name? Oh my god.
Clint.
Kingsbury. Kingsbury.
Oh my gosh, what am I doing?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
okay.
oh
I
my
I had
God.
to go get. I was at a coffee too, so I had to go
Dude,
run
yeah,
before the show to get it from my local donut shop, which I love. Roger Morales. Hey, man. I
Roger's
don't
okay.
know what you're doing in life. Whatever bonus that you're hitting, that you're deciding to send it our way. Absolutely love you. I asked Roger to help us with something mock draft wise, and
Yeah.
he respectfully declined. He's like, nah, I'm
Okay,
here
fair
just to
enough.
watch. He said,
Well,
I'm here to watch. He's like,
Ro-
get back on the stream, monkey boy.
Roger,
That's what he said.
it's Friday. Happy Friday back to you, man. I hope that this is a hell of a day, man. We're fired up about it. Let me know your thoughts on Chillhouse, dude. I need to know how you feeling about that too, Roger. Because obviously the news of it was dropped like really early this morning. I woke
Yeah.
up and it was already out, which is fun. But I saw it and it was just one of those where it was like, okay, yeah, expected move. We kind of anticipated that Shieldhouse would be the guy. But there was really no news about interviews or what the Rams were looking to do, bringing in people out of house, anything like that, which leads
Yeah.
me to think that Shieldhouse was kind of just the guy. And it was like, yeah, we'll announce it like next week, but you're good, like kind of thing. That's kind of what it felt like to me.
Yeah, I like this a lot. I also love they're bringing up another person, like elevating another assistant coach into more, I don't say prestigious, into more like leadership roles for the whole team. Kind of like Aubrey Pleasant has been co-head coach for, was it 3 years now?
Mm-hmm.
That empowers guys to make more decisions and empowers guys to have more of an impact, not just behind the scenes on like, hey, go draw us plays, for 10 hours a day. No, they have a more of an impact that they feel of what's happening on the field. I love it. My biggest question is, what is this variation of offensive coaches room look like on the field now? Like, what variation of the offense are we going to get? This past year, we got 13 personnel. Like, what the hell are we going to get this year? Are they going to continue on it? Are they going to add variations to it? Go back to 11? It's always a chess game with McVay. We think he's the best play caller in the league. And, the assistant coaches usually help a lot with that. I like this a lot. What do you think Kingsbury does? It seems like he is there just to kind of learn. Like, it looks like it's a pride aside type move for him. Like, he's not co-OC either, which I thought he would be.
It's really interesting, and I like that's where my brain is like, because I understand people are excited to have him in, and yeah, you should. He's a bright coach, super fun, creative on the offensive side, stuff like that. But how much is he gonna actually have a hand in it? That's the ultimate question. I mean, Moody does bring it up here of like, God, that's a lot of cooks in the kitchen, man. That's a
good point.
lot. It's a lot of people. So that is a good point. But I think that overall, I think that these are also really just smart people in the building, like Stafford, McVay, those two. Or it's like, I feel like if Kingsbury or Shieldhouse is like doing something where it's like, well, like they're trying to add something in. I feel like those two can respectfully be like, that's not gonna, you know what I mean? But also,
Yeah.
I think that they'll be willing to try because you're absolutely right. It's like, what are we gonna see this year? It's like, do we see Tutu come back and another 10 million fully guaranteed deal to try to run 11 again? But like Roger says, he's in the FM picks camp. I mean, we're so close that that I think that having all these guys, it's like, it's just one of those things where I think we're going to be wealthy this year on our roster and coaching staff, I feel. And I think that does coincide with the draft. That's another reason I think that I'm anti mock draft, is because my brain is immediately too. It's like, we're going to see a billion mock drafts of the Rams picking at 13 and 26, and then watch us pick it in either of those spots. And it doesn't. So,
Yeah.
and I just think that is going to be the case. But Shieldhouse, I think that is going to have enough of a say to say like, hey, I think that I want to do this. This is the kind of player that I need. Can we get that kind of thing? And I think that that's not impossible. But the only thing on offense is that like, we don't really have any jobs open. Like, we got everybody that we need to run our offense the way it is right now. So yeah, I'm very curious to see how this offseason kind of shakes out, man. I mean, we've only got the one real move so far, which is bringing back David Quessenberry, who I didn't realize looks exactly like Dak Shepard. So that blew my mind. But yeah, that's the only move we've made so far. But I'm really curious to see the rest of the moves that we make leading into the draft time.
Muad'Dib, are you mogging me right now?
I
Just
don't
because
know.
I'm Rams maxing right now. It's okay. It's cool kids lingo. You don't know what that means.
Okay, fair enough.
Last point I'll make on this, what Muad'Dib was talking about. Too many chefs in the kitchen. I think the ultimate stopgap for that is Stafford, 18-year vet. I think once it gets a little bit too, whoever has the pen last in the film room of like, oh, we can do this, and the next guy's like, no, we can do this. The next person who has the pen is always right. I think the ultimate stopgap for that is Stafford just saying like, hey, let's fucking keep it simple. Like, no, I don't want that. Nope, that doesn't work. This isn't like a third-year quarterback who is just going to be yes to a few more things than Stafford maybe. I think that ultimately is where the buck stops in there. It's the ultimate equalizer in the film room. So I like it. Very excited, and I think Showhouse could be a one-and-done type guy. If they feel this strongly about him to be the OC. He did 5 head coaching interviews already.
That's
unless he just absolutely is having so much fun, then best of luck to you next year, Showhouse, wherever you end up going.
That makes perfect sense that he'll move on to a head coaching gig.
Yeah. Speaking of the offense, though, one thing that does help, even having a MVP quarterback, you don't get that with an offensive line. I saw these come out. I wanted to just kind of congratulate Warren McClendon. Had the lowest pressure rate of all the games that he started in, comparatively across the league, at 2.94% of all qualified dropbacks. Alaric Jackson, I'm curious on what added to his pressure rate, because it doesn't feel like that. Like, it feels like I would put his pressure rate in the top 10. I would just assume without seeing the numbers, because of how often we just don't even think about Alaric Jackson. Like, as a regular fan, if you don't hear about an offensive lineman, that's good news. Like, you don't want to hear his name in a game ever. For him being 18th, like a 4% discrepancy from the top guy, Garrett Bowles up in Denver, kind of interesting, kind of surprising to me. Thoughts on that at all?
Yeah, I think that if you look at this kind of number, this kind of thing is, obviously it's a real life number that just is like, hey, this percentage is what they gave up. But I'm with you, man. I feel like if I was just ballparking it, I would have given them I would have probably said 7 or 8 in the NFL. But overall, I think that Jackson is a phenomenal player. I mean, like, seeing him at that ranking doesn't make me feel any negative emotions or anything like that. It's offensive tackle is such a difficult spot, but also McClendon didn't have as many miles on him that Jackson did, just because he did come in late for Rob Havenstein. So I think that could be a factor. Like, when you come in, and I can't remember exactly when McClendon came in. I think it was week 13 or 14, but one of those that he just, then he's fresh at that point. So, and everybody in the NFL is a little bit beat up at that point. But then also you look at Alaric Jackson being at left tackle. And I don't know if it's necessarily a planned thing for the NFL in every team, but it just kind of seems like teams typically put their stronger pass rusher on that side going against a left tackle. That's the case for most teams, not all. Obviously Max Crosby, he's usually lined up over right tackle, stuff like that. But I think that overall, there's nothing to complain about with Alaric Jackson. That's phenomenal, and that's I don't think anybody is. I just, hopefully you're not looking at this as like, oh man, Jackson's not doing great. He's phenomenal. He's an absolutely incredible left tackle. I just think with the offensive line in general, it's so difficult now. And this is actually a thought that I had, like, going into this season, was like, it's so difficult to be an offensive lineman now. You're stationary. Your left tackle is your left tackle, but you could be going against a different pass rusher every single rep. And that's like, and stunts and blitzes from the secondary and stuff like that. Like, I don't know. It's so crazy to me. So I think that, I don't know, these are both phenomenal players. I'm really excited for McClendon this year to finally be the guy, which I do fully anticipate. I don't think that would change, but I think we got a good offensive line, man, and Alaric is an absolute what I was about to say. Alaric is a beast, man. That guy's a brick wall, man. I love it.
He's a beast. What did he go as? Let's see. He was undrafted, no?
Yep.
Yeah, undrafted out of, surprisingly, what I just learned right now by Googling it. I didn't even realize he went to Iowa State. Iowa State, I always think of big maulers. The fact the Rams have buckled down like their left tackle, their protectorate, their MVP's MVP as an undrafted guy. I didn't even realize he was undrafted. That's kind of ridiculous. Yeah, I don't know how difficult that is if you kind of look across this entire team. And this kind of goes back into my face of what I was saying earlier, that I do have questions of this team building, which I feel are still valid. But this is a huge like counter to that. Like, hey, your starting left tackle is a guy that you developed and have extended and have shown belief in. And there's no question. It's literally not even a question heading into this offseason, which I love. And just for to put it into conceptual purposes for fans, 36 dropbacks out of 597 pass attempts for Matthew Stafford. That is how many pressures he gave up. And pressures could also mean he blocked his guy completely, but maybe it was a bull rush and they're within a yard of Stafford. I forgot what that metric is of what considers a pressure, but we know that as long as their hands are not on Stafford, it's not really a pressure on him. Like he's savvy enough to get rid of the ball and sense what's happening in the pocket. But regardless of like how many games did McClendon play, I think he came in after week 10.
Yeah, let me actually just type it in here.
Because
I think it was
it's a good sample size.
The hell? Okay. My computer's got weird on me. Played in started in 10 games. Wow.
That's a good enough sample size. More than half the season.
More than I expected.
Yeah, for more than half the season, he was the best right tackle in regards to pressure rate. There are some teams that you will see the best pass rusher on the right side. It just depends on guys' strengths. And going to what you were talking about, like what guys prep for, like imagine you're a left tackle playing against the Rams. You're not just going to see Jared Verse. You're going to see Byron Young line up. You're going to see, hopefully, a rare blitz from Shula on the outside. You're going to see stunts and twists. You're going to get hit in the face by Puna Ford looping all the way around 3 different gaps. A lot of stunts is like what these guys study is not just their plays and defenses. They watch film trying to find little nuanced tendencies of players like, oh, when this guy has 3 fingers in the dirt, he might be moving to his left because it's literally little dumb things like that they're trying to find. Which
making me think of the movie Invincible over here, man. It's like
you can see white on his knuckles. No, but like the similar thing happened in the Super Bowl where they were talking about the left guard potentially. Somebody said like every single rep you could watch the All-22, the left guard was staring right at where his blocking assignment was.
Saquon does it when it's a pass play. He's moving his head a lot, and when it's a run, he just zones in on his hole. There was another example I had,
but it's something that gets talked about in college for sure. I remember, God, I'm going to age myself. 2010 as a redshirt quarterback at Humboldt State, I got yelled at by our offensive coordinator, Coach Eric Tripp, because I would just out of habit, I would like wipe my hands on the towel before a snap if it was a pass play. When it was a run, I didn't do it.
Nice.
Literally, it gets talked about at practice, and it is very funny. I don't look a day over 40. Thanks.
Yeah, there's
40.
There's those examples too that like Super Bowl Patriots Seahawks, the older one with Russell Wilson, that interception. It's like that was one where Malcolm Butler talked about it after the game. He's like, we saw that on film, and it's like as soon as that player went into motion, I knew the play. Like I just knew I needed to beat him to that spot, but I didn't want to give it away too soon because I wanted to make sure that ball was still thrown, kind of thing. And it's like that's kind of crazy. And then there's a clip of oh man, I'm annoyed that I don't remember who the player was. It was somebody like Dane Looker or like Sean McDonald or something like that. That was talking to Torrey Holt on the sideline, And they were like, how am I going against the same player as you? It's like, but he seems to know where I'm going and he has no clue where you're going. And then just on the sideline, he's like, yeah, actually what you're doing is right before you take a step, you dip your shoulder that you're going to cut towards. He's like, you're dipping that shoulder like a half a step early. And it's like, oh, and then like the next route it shows him and he like cuts it and gets open on a play. And it's like, damn, dude, it's like those little tiny subtle nuances. It's actually why I love this game. It's like, oh, you dipped your shoulder or you hinted with your hip that you were gonna do this. And so the play got absolutely blown up because of it. Like, I think that stuff's badass, man.
Nothing more manly than men grabbing each other and paying attention to their little,
The little
body language.
You gotta
listening
to the little things.
Listening to each other's bodies. It's the manliest thing that you can do, and I love it. Speaking of manly, I definitely didn't get a little bit emotional at the news. This is the thing we're going to end with today. Shout out Robert Woods, Bobby Trees. Absolutely love you for giving us I don't care. Even Super Bowl. This is like pure LA sports moment of all time.
Woods, touchdown.
Him celebrating with YG. Dude, YG is LA. You know who YG is?
No.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I mean, I know the name, obviously, but
oh my god, YG,
I don't know what he does.
Famous LA rapper. He could be a lot bigger than he actually is. The reason why he's not is because he's very comfortable making his line of music. He loves making the party music. He's a certified, like, he's hood. Like, he is a known blood, and like he was a constant at the Coliseum. Absolutely love him. I hope to meet him at training camp this year if he comes. Like, I cannot.
Dope, man. That is one of those iconic moments. The pictures of that, so like that. I've used that image a billion times of him, getting up there and stuff like that. But yeah, man, Woods. I don't know if you saw the tweet too from Stu. Stu pointed it out in the most like poetic way, and it made me like that shot where the dude is like saluting, but he's also crying. It's like that's what I felt when he was like, I don't know if it was on purpose, but Robert Woods announced on 217 the two numbers that he wore as a member of the Rams. Like no. Like, my brain really was like, nah, it's really over, man. Like, damn, like Robert Woods is one of those guys that I think is always gonna be kind of viewed as like a middle of the pack kind of guy, but I think Rams fans specifically kind of understand that he's just a different kind of person. And maybe talent wise, there are people that are more skilled than Robert Woods, but as far as a fit into the Sean McVay Los Angeles Rams offense, I don't know if it gets better than that. You know what I mean? So to have that Robert Woods come in and kind of set that standard of like, this is the kind of wide receiver the Rams need to have to run the Sean McVay offense. I think that's Robert Woods. That's where it started. And we've seen it go from Robert Woods to Cooper Kupp, from Cooper Kupp to Puka Nacua now. So that archetype of a player, it's just perfect for what we do. And Robert Woods, man, he was the one that paved that path. You know what I mean? Like he was going down the path that it was still full of shrubs and stuff like that. And now Puka Nacua is walking on a fully, formed trail out there. So it's pretty good.
I like to think that, I'm sure there's stories about it. I'm sure there's an actual answer for this that I am not smart enough to just know right off the top of my head. I feel like Robert Woods joining the Rams the same year McVay joins the Rams is the first instance of McVay listening to Eric Yarber on what he needs in the wide receiver room. Like, hey, if you're going to listen to me, if this is going to be a working relationship, if you trust me as a wide receivers coach, this is what's going to work for your offense. This is the kind of player I need to get your job done of what you're asking these wide receivers. You want a guy who could play goddamn near any position, who's going to go out and block his face off for you, for Todd Gurley and this offense you're trying to build. I need a Robert Woods. He was the blueprint that laid a foundation for how hard Cooper Kupp worked and for like everything we love in Cooper Kupp. Robert Woods was doing the same thing. I'm sad that he got injured in 2021 because, God, think about how many points would have been put up if Woods, OBJ, and Cooper Kupp were like OBJ said, like the Rams were going to score like 40 if he doesn't get hurt, and I fully believe that. Because by the end of that game, you're throwing to what the tight end 3 and 4, and just Cooper Kupp, with Ben Skoranek getting one pass that got intercepted in the second half. But yeah, Robert Woods, man, phenomenal. These mustards make me emotional.
I absolutely love them. Somebody posted and they were like, isn't it funny that when we see these yellow Rams jerseys, we all think of one player? And I commented back and I was like, I promise I'm the only one with Mark Barron.
Mark Barron.
I promise I'm the only one. Ray's talking about Bobby was one of the first guys that McVay brought in. The first free agent signing for McVay in the Rams was Robert Woods. And literally set that all in motion. Like, trees coming in was like, yeah, that's it, man. Like this it. Yeah. And then Witt coming in. Yeah, man, there's too many good Woods plays. Like you picked a great one, man. But there was like 96 yards against the Texans when JJ Watt got held like crazy and it wasn't called. You can hear somebody yell, "That's holding," and then like nothing's called. We score a touchdown. It was a crazy one, man. Yeah, he got held like bad, but
let's see if Robert would have. Let's see if anybody has a clean Robert Woods play here off the top of their domes. Let's see, USC, Robert Woods, Titans, still getting shifty as a Titan. Yeah, this is the one. Can't really find one, but that's the image right there. YG is an LA establishment, man. He's left here.
Hell yeah. Yeah, LA is one of those places, though. They've got a bunch of those people in different genres and stuff. So, hell yeah. YG.
Yeah, man. So, yeah, kind of eventful morning for a Friday in February for the Rams without a Super Bowl.
February. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird that we just like, I don't know. This is one of those teams, though, that you don't want to take too much time in the offseason off because they're cooking up something, dude. Like, I'm excited for when the league year starts, going to be the middle of next month, that there's going to be some moves. I think that the Rams are very much in a it's making me a little bit nervous for the future, but I'm soaking it in while we've got this, man, because I do think that we kind of go balls to the wall again. And I kind of just feel like we're like one of those where it's like, no, we're going to win the Super Bowl this year, whatever it friggin' takes. Like, what money we got to spend, let's go big, man. So I see your question in there.
Yeah, I'm putting that up because I think we talk about that Monday, man, with the combine starting, and you raised it. Roger said he's part of the FDM picks class, so now I'm really curious. Like, do the Rams actually use both picks? Do they feel that strongly, or is there going to be some moves made where they're like, no, FDM picks, let's go get a veteran. I'd rather have a veteran DB, rather have another veteran, I don't know, pass rusher, linebacker, wide receiver to add more firepower. Those are all valid. Like, the Rams could go a million different ways. And yes, I will be using the GM tool today and having it available. And we're going to do a mock draft and a mock draft, Muad'Dib. But Joe doesn't want to play. He doesn't want to.
No, I don't care because they're stupid. And I don't care. I stand by that with my whole heart. And I think I told you, did I say it on the show or did I just say it to you? That the moment that I was like, I'm done with mock drafts was the second that that an unnamed Rams, content creator got mad at the team for not picking who he said that they would pick. And it was like, this is the dumbest thing of all time. It was like, that's so stupid. What a dumb mentality to be like, oh, you didn't take who I thought, even though you interviewed them and you talked to the coaches that they played for. And it's like, get out of here, man. Like to the ego to think that you know better than Les and Sean is like absurd. It's like, that's crazy business, man. Like,
you know who does know better than Sean and Les is Roger, because that's exactly what happened last year. Remember, I was at a Chris's watch party, super exciting. Everyone's like, and the Rams are trading back.
Hell out of here! I can't believe people did watch parties for that. It was like, obviously we're not picking here. Obviously,
hey, Chris put up a wonderful watch party. I get to meet some friends I have today at that watch party, which is very, very cool. Shout out to Raheem as well. Yeah, I hope they do pick. I hope they do pick. It's more exciting.
I'm gonna go so quick on this. No. Crosby, yes.
I think neither.
I think neither for sure. But if we're gonna say odds and stuff like that, then Crosby's obviously.
Oh yeah, Crosby's more likely just because of his salary is a little bit more malleable. It fits more into what the Rams can do.
And he is
Myles Garrett. Yeah, Myles Garrett is all Cleveland has. With that, yeah, they're gonna want first. They're gonna want first and a team to. There's not a team. I think. Yeah, that's hard.
Yeah. Roger says, "Give me Crosby." Well, it's not that I would rather have Crosby because, I mean, Myles Garrett's a friggin' robot. But, yeah, it's Tuna's.
Did I just get dropped?
You're frozen in some way.
No.
Oh, there you are. You're back now.
There we go.
All right. What are we gonna list?
All right.
Here, I gotta go to work.
I keep freezing.
Oh well, we're gonna list things that suck. Tuna's internet. That's so funny. You can't even tell, man. That's so funny.
All right, let's get out of here.
His internet's so bad.